right, everybody. A little bit of a later start tonight. Late getting home, so late start, but better late than never, I guess. Final game of this quick 3-game road trip in Kansas City. Rockies have split the first 2 games. Starting pitchers for the finale. Chase Dollander, a right-hander for Colorado, against Michael Lorenzen, a right-hander for Kansas City. And we will go ahead and get this game going. This is game 24 on the replay. Kauffman Stadium, singles 1-15. Homers 2 for left, 8 for right. Lorenzen is a -3 hold. He's a 0, but Fermin, the backup catcher, is a -3, so might slow down some of the run game for the Rockies. We shall see. Rockies enter the game 9-14. Kansas City enters the game 9-16. Brenton Doyle, center fielder, will lead things off for the Rockies. See what he can do here against Mr. Lorenzen, 2-6, and that's going to be a 1-5 home run. 6-20 will be a double. And that's going to be a double for Brenton Doyle, leadoff double. Maybe we'll get this a little closer. This thing is was set up, I should say, for golf. So now I'm trying to get it back to where I need it for Strat-O-Matic. So hopefully that's good there. So Doyle with a leadoff double, and that brings up Nick Martini. That's a 5-9 for Martini against Lorenzen, and that's a home run chance, 1-13. But he has weak power, so the best he can do is a single on that. But a 14-20 would be a triple. And that is a triple for Nick Martini. He had no triples on the season, so we'll narrow that down to a double. Back-to-back doubles to start the game, and the Rockies lead it 1-0. And that'll bring up Ryan McMahon. That's a 1. His wild pitch rating's a 19. So that will put the runner to third base with nobody out on the wild pitch. Royals laying back for the out. They want to try to prevent the bigger inning. With nobody out, they'll play back. 2-11, and he hits the batter. He hits McMahon. So Lorenzen having some serious issues. Start this ball game. That'll bring up the designated hitter Hunter Goodman. Infield now playing for a double play. That's another 1 for Lorenzen. So it's another wild pitch, which it is. So second wild pitch of the inning. Scores the run and moves McMahon to second base. So now Goodman is up with a runner at second, nobody out. That is a 6-8 right-handed. Struck him out. First strikeout for Lorenzen, first out of the inning, and he needed that. That'll bring up Jordan Beck, left fielder. That's a 5-11, and that's a ballpark blast for Jordan Beck. It's a 1-8. He does have normal power, so 1-8, and this is gone. And it is 2-run home run, Jordan Beck. Rockies jumping all over Lorenzen. It's 4-0 here in the top of the first inning. And Lorenzen may be leaving this game pretty quickly. Here's Michael Tolia. 3-10, and he will strike out. 2 down. Would be ironic if Lorenzen struck out the side while giving up 4 runs. That would be kind of an irony. Here's Jacob Stallings. 4-8, and that's exactly what he does. He strikes out the side. But in the meantime, he gives up 2 doubles, a hit batter, and a home run. Rockies put 4 runs on the board. Kansas City won this game real world 6-2. So this is the second game of a doubleheader that we split between last night and tonight. And so Chase Dollander for the Rockies is given a 4-0 lead before he even steps on the mound. He is a +7 hold. So despite Stallings -1, he's still going to be a +5. So the Royals might be looking to run a little bit, but down 4-0, maybe they won't. I don't know. Hello there, Mr. Utah Mike. India 3-6 against Dollander, and that's going to be a pop out to McMahon. 1 away for Bobby Witt. 5-3. It's a fly ball left field X. We're looking at Beck. He's a 3 with an E4. 3-20, he'll get to that, no problem. E4, the only errors are 3, 4, 15, and 18. 3, 4, 15, and 18. And that's no problem at all. That makes the play. 2 down. And that'll bring up Vinny Pasquantino. Of course, tomorrow morning, we're back on our regular schedule with the 1987 American League replay. Second set of July 4th games will be in Kansas City, ironically, for the Blue Jays against the Royals. Danny Jackson against David Wells. That'll be roughly 9 o'clock to 9:15-ish tomorrow morning. Here's Vinny Pasquantino, I should say. 3-11, and he's going to ground it to first. Tolia has it, flips to Dolander covering. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Chase Dolander. And the Rockies take a 4-0 lead into the second inning. Good evening, Philip. Here's Michael Lorenzen back out, but he could be bordering on fatigue very quickly. Here's Adele Amador. It's a 2-5, and he will strike out. So, boy, Lorenzen has 4 strikeouts. All 4 outs have come via strikeout. Here's Aaron Schunk, the nameless player. 3-8, and he will fly to right field for out number 2. For center fielder Brenton Doyle. That is a 5-6, and that's a 1-2 triple. 3-20 is a double. And so back-to-back doubles for Brenton Doyle, first inning and second inning. Clutch situation for Nick Martini. In the clutch, though, he will lose a couple of hits right here, 2-5 and 2-6, and also 1-2. That is a 5-9 left-hander, and that is a home run chance, 1-13. Again, I think he had the same role last time, 1-13, but his weak power, so the best he could do was a single. And he did not hit any triples, so we would minimize this to a double if he gets that. That's a 13, so that would have been a home run, but he's got weak power. So it's a single, 2 stars. It still scores the run. It is now 5-0 Rockies. Kansas City bullpen starting to stir already. Here's McMahon, 6-8, and he flies to center to end the inning. Colorado leads at 5-0 over Lorenzen and the Royals. Look at the Royals bullpen, see who's got the length that they might need to eat some innings here, and that would be Daniel Lynch. He's loosening in the bullpen. Left-hander, but he does have a relief factor of 3. He's also a starting pitcher. So he had a couple starts, but Lynch is in the bullpen just in case because they need somebody to eat some innings. So Dolander now has a 5-0 lead to work with, and it'll be Salvi Perez. He's actually the designated hitter in this game, giving him the game off from catching. That is a 4-7, and that's a walk. Leadoff walk. Brings up Michael Garcia. Garcia, 2-10, and that is a single to right field for Garcia. Perez will stop at second base, first and second, nobody out. Good evening, Mr. Robert. Here's Michael Massey. 5-7 lefty, and that's a walk. That's going to load the bases. So Dolander given a 5-0 lead, but now he's in jeopardy of giving up some of that lead. Bases loaded, nobody out for Mark Canna. Infield for the Rockies playing for the double play. 6-9, and that's trouble for Dolander. 1-11 is a double. That's a double, 2 stars, 2-run double for Mark Canna. Cuts the lead to 5-2. Still nobody out. Runners at second and third for Drew Waters. Infield still back. That's a 2-9, and that's trouble. 1-2 is a triple. 3-20 is a single. That's a 3. It's a single, 2 stars. That'll score 2 more runs to make it 5-4. Just like that, the Royals have come all the way back and are only 1 run down now. Waters will try to get a good lead. He needs a 2 through 7, an 11, or a 12. 9, he does not get the good lead. Still nobody out, though, and here's Freddie Freeman. Or Freddie Fermin, not Freddie Freeman. I keep calling him Freeman. Freddie Fermin. 6-4, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. That is Shunk. He's a 3. 3 and a 19. That's going to be a double play because he can't make an error. He's an E0. So that is a Giovanni's Tailor Shop, tailor-made double play, 643. Giovanni's Tailor Shop in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania. If you're in that area and you have tailoring needs, be sure to stop by and see them. Tell them Demo sent you. They'll give you a discount. They're the unofficial sponsor of the channel, but the official sponsor of the Giovanni's Tailor Shop, tailor-made double play of the game. Here's Jonathan India, 3-5, and he walks. So all this mess started with a walk. That's the third walk of the inning. Okay, I believe we are back now. I don't know how much you guys missed because I didn't catch that it had frozen like that. So I'll recap the rest of the inning for you in case anybody missed it. Mark Canha had a walk, a single, and a walk that loaded the bases. Canha hit a 2-run double to score 2 runs. And then Waters hit a run single to score 2 more runs, makes it 4 runs in the inning. But then Fermin hit into a 6-4-3 double play. Jonathan India walked, and then Witt struck out, and that ended the inning at 5-4. So that's where we are right now for the top of the third. Again, it's not an Xfinity problem because my internet is fine. Showing up on my phone is completely fine. It's the YouTube app that I use to directly stream from YouTube, and that's what's causing the issues. But hopefully that will not happen again. All right, so here we go. Top of the third, and Hunter Goodman. It's a 2-10, and that's a ballpark blast for Hunter Goodman. It's only a 1-8, though. And he was fly to left, 1 away. So Goodman just missed it. Here's Jordan Beck. 6-11, and that's a ground ball pitcher X. He's a 3 with an E0, so he can't make an error. We're just going to see if he gets to it. 3-2. He is not going to get to it. That's a base hit for Jordan Beck. Beck is 2 for 2. And let's see. I don't think with that -3, I don't think he's going to go anywhere. So they'll hold him at first base. And here's Michael Toglia. Toglia. 5-11. Switch hitter batting left. That's a ballpark blast for Toglia, but it's only a 1-2. And that's a deep fly to right. 2 down. For Jacob Stallings. Stallings, 6-11. Ground ball pitcher X again. Again, he's a 3 E0. This time he does get to it, and that'll be the end of the inning. So we go to the bottom of the third, still 5-4. Thanks to those of you who came back after the snafu. Here is Vinny Pasquantino. The only one did not bat in the second inning. It's a 5-4, and that's a fly ball center field X. That is going to be Doyle. He's a 1. We know he's going to get to it. We're checking the E3, and the only errors on the E3 are 3, 16, and 18. And he will make the play. Pasquantino is retired. 1 down for Salvador Perez. That is a 3-11, and that's a ground ball to third. 2 away. 2 up, 2 down for Michael Garcia. Mr. Garcia. Make sure I've got what I need here. Looks like everything is still all right. Michael Garcia singled and scored his first time up. That's a 5-7 and struck him out. So Dolander, 1, 2, 3 innings as well. So we go to the fourth, still 5-4. Favor of Colorado. Amador will lead things off for Colorado. Switch hitter. And that is a 1-4. That's ballpark single check, which is a 1-15. And that's a 16, so that'll just be a fly to right. One away for Aaron Shunk. 1-3 for Shunk, and that's a base on balls. Shunk will walk. He will not be held. Not going to go anywhere. That is the first walk issued by Lorenzen. He did hit a batter, but that's the first walk. Now here's Brenton Doyle. He's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. That is a 3-10, and this time it's a ground ball to shortstop A. It's another Giovanni's Taylor shot. Taylor made double play, 6-4-3 to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Still 5-4 Colorado. Hello, Jason. Michael Massey will lead things off. That's a 3-6 for Massey. Strikeout plus injury, but I'm not doing injuries in this replay, so strikeout. And here's Mark Canha. He had a big 2-run double his first time up. 3-4. This time he'll draw a base on balls. And for Dolander, that's his 4th walk. Brings up center fielder Drew Waters. Hello, Jeff. 4-3. Switch hitter batting left. Ground ball pitcher X. He's a 5 with an E51. Boy, that's about as bad as it gets. 5 and a 20, though. He actually gets to it, but the chances of him not making an error pretty slim on an E51. It's the worst you can have as a pitcher. The only way he doesn't make an error is if you get a 3 through 6 or a 17 through 18. He needs a 3 through 6 or a 17 through 18. Otherwise, it's an error. And that will be an error. The 11 is definitely the error. So it'll be a 1-base error on the pitcher Dolander. First and second, 1 out for Freddie Fermin. That's a 3-7. Fly ball to center, 2 down. Clutch situation now for Jonathan India. In the clutch, he gains a hit on 2-12. That's a 4-8, and that's a 1-15 single. It would just load the bases on a 1 star. And that's exactly what we have. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And it's going to be up to Bobby Witt Jr. Clutch situation for Bobby Witt Jr. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Witt will lose a hit on 1-2. That's the only place. Every place else he is neutral. That's a 2-3 for Witt. He grounds it back to Dolander, and they leave him loaded. So, boy, Dolander had a rough inning, but got through it somehow, and the lead is maintained 5-4. This is the fatigue inning for both pitchers coming up, the 5th inning. Nick Martini, the batter. Now Daniel Lynch is throwing in earnest in the Royal bullpen. Left-hander. He is loosening. Here's Martini. That's a 5-10, and that's a strikeout. Lorenzen, his 5th strikeout. That'll send up Ryan McMahon. 2-6 for McMahon. Struck him out. Strikeout number 6 for McMahon. And here's Hunter Goodman. 1-9 for Goodman. And that's another strike. He strikes out the side. How about that? I don't think he's showing any signs of fatigue. He had a rough first inning, but he's pitched very well since then. So he will come back and pitch the 6th, and Lynch is now sat down. Dolander, this is his fatigue inning. Here's Benny Pasquantino. 2-8 for Pasquantino. That's a home run, 1-19. We're going to have a tie ball game unless there's a 20. It's a 16. It's gone. Benny Pasquantino has just tied this game at 5 apiece. And now the Rocky bullpen starts to stir. Look down there and see who's available in the Rockies bullpen. They are going to look at, let's see, they're looking at Jake Bird. Right-hander loosening in the bullpen. Right now, Dolander is going to try to keep going. That is a 2-9, and that's a strikeout for Perez. Strikeout number 4 for Dolander. Brings up Michael Garcia. Hello, Bob. Yes, 9 wins so far, yes. Here's Garcia. 5-9, and that is an in-home run, 1-12. 13-20 is a double. That's a 6, and that's gone, and that's going to be it for Dolander. The Royals have come all the way back from 5-0 to take a 6-5 lead, and that's going to be it for Mr. Dolander. He is done. He's going to go 4 1/3. Going to give up 6 runs. They were all earned. He's going to give up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, but he did walk 4, striking out 4. And Jake Bird will be on for Colorado. Jake Bird, before he went to, well, this is a combined card with the Yankees too. 4-2, 5.53 ERA for Jake Bird. He is a -3 hold, makes him a -4. So Bird will be facing Michael Massey. 1 out, base is cleared. Three, 5, and that is a line out to first base. Out number 2. This is a doubleheader, Bob, so I'm not sure. I guess if you went to a single game, it must have been the April 22nd game, because the April 24th game was a doubleheader. The other game was a single game. So Rockies lost the single game. They won the first game of the doubleheader, and now here's game number 2. There's Canna. 2-3, ground ball first. I'm sorry, it's 1-3. 2-3 is ground ball short to end the inning. But Kansas City has come all the way back from 5-0, taking a 6-5 lead. And Mr. Lorenzen hanging in there. Facing Jordan Beck, Michael Tolia, and Jacob Stallings. That's a 3-8, and that's a fly to right. 1 away. This will be Lorenzen's last inning. After this, so we'll go to the bullpen. Here's Tolia. That's a 3-9 for Tolia. Struck him out. 8th strikeout for Lorenzen. So he's finishing with a flurry. Here's Jacob Stallings. 4-11. That's a ground ball first base X. We're looking at Pasquantino. He's a 4-E5. 4-11 should be okay. Check it out. 4-11 is a G3, so that's no problem. He is an E5 at first base. The only errors are 14, 17, and 18. He's got to avoid those 3 numbers, which he does, so he'll get it and flip to Lorenzen covering, and that'll do it for the Rockies. Lorenzen's going to go 6 innings, and they will turn it over. It won't even be Lynch. It'll be somebody else now, because they don't need somebody with a long relief rating, because he's made it through 6 innings. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits he gave up, 5 runs. They were all earned. He walked 1, struck out 8. And we'll figure out who the pitcher is in the top of the 7th. Right now, Jake Bird back out. He got the last 2 outs of the 5th. Now he's coming back out for the 6th. Facing Drew Waters. That's a 2-6 for Waters, and that's a 1-8 double. 9-20 is a single. That's a leadoff single for Drew Waters. With the -4 hold rating, they're going to keep Waters at first base. Here's Freddie Fermin. That's a 4-4 right-hander. And that's a catcher X. We're looking at Stallings. He's a 3 with an E1. 3 and a 4. Could be a pass ball of some sort. Wild pitch, maybe. 3 and a 4 is going to be a wild pitch. Definitely going to be a wild pitch. Make sure there's no error. There is no error, so it will be a wild pitch. And that will move the runner to second base. Takes away the double play as well. That is a 5-4. And that is a ballpark single check, 1-15. And that is a 4 base hit. It's going to put runners at the corners with nobody out. Back to the top of the order in Jonathan India. So look good for Colorado early, but now it's looking pretty dismal. Infield looking for the double play. They need outs. 4-9, and that's a 1-19 single. Anything else he grounds to short. And that is a base hit. That's going to score Waters and move Fermin to second base. 7-5 now Kansas City. First and second, nobody out. And here's Bobby Witt. That's a 1. Bird's wild pitch rating's a 15, but he does not commit the wild pitch. 5-4, and that's another ballpark single check for Witt, 1-15. And it's a base hit. It's going to load the bases. Bases are loaded. Bullpen activity again for the Rockies, but they're going to let Bird see if he can go one more batter. Facing Pasquantino with the bases loaded and nobody out. 4-3. Ground ball first base X. Totally is a 3. 3 and a 3. He'd be lucky to get anything on this. He might get a runner at first at best. No, he's not even going to get that. 3 and a 3 is a single 1 star. E6 and a 12 at first base. There's a 13, but no 12. So it's going to be another single. Everybody move up 90 feet. And that's going to be it for Bird. He's done. 2 runs in the inning so far. So he just pitched 2/3 of an inning, did not get anybody out in the 6th inning. And the Rockies just falling apart here. Look, I guess they're looking too much forward to the road trip home. I don't know. But they are just falling apart. And they will go with Angel Chavilli out of the bullpen. See if he can stop the bleeding here. Bases are still loaded, nobody out. It is now an 8-5 game. Infield looking for that double play. They need outs in the worst way. They don't have any right now. 5-9. And that's an in-home run straight up, and that's a grand salami. Look at that. 5-9. Angel Chavilli against the right-handers, an in-home run straight up. Perez has normal power, so Chavilli is greeted by Perez with a grand salami. 6 runs in the inning for Kansas City. And they have blown this thing open. It is now 12-5. 5 runs are charged to Bird. They're all earned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. No walks, no strikeouts. All in 2/3 of an inning for Bird. Here's Garcia. 1-7, and that's a fly to center, 1 away. Michael Massey. 1-8 for Massey, pops him up to second, 2 down. For Mark Canna, 9th man to bat in the inning. 4 and a 7 is a 1-17 single. That's a 20, so he's actually going to ground it to third, and that will end the inning. But 6 runs come in. It is now 12-5. 12 unanswered runs by the Royals. And now the Royals will go to their bullpen. And with a lead like this, they can pretty much go to whoever they want. They're going to go to Jonathan Bolin. Bolin has a fatigue factor of 2, so he can eat 2 innings. And he'll be facing Amador, Shunk, and Doyle. 6-12, switch hitter, ground ball, over here. Single to center, but it's actually going to be a line out to second base. So Amador lines to second, 1 away. Brings up Shunk, 5-9, and that is a 1-10 double 11 to 20 will be a single. And that is a single for Shunk. Brings up Brenton Doyle. That's a 4-3. Ground ball pitcher X. He's a 2E0. This could be a double play. 2 and a 10. Let's see if that's a G1 or not. 2 and a 10 for a pitcher is actually a G2, so it's only going to be a fielder's choice. And there is no error. He's an E0, so there cannot be an error. So it's a 1 to 4 fielder's choice. 2 down for Nick Martini. That is a 2-11 for Martini. That's a ballpark single check, 1 to 15. And the inning continues with a base hit. So now McMahon is up. If he goes deep, all of a sudden, might be more of an interesting game. He does have power. 6-7. Ground ball second base X. We're looking at Massey. He's a 3. 3 and a 3. I think he might get to that. We'll see. 3 and a no, that's actually going to be a base hit. Single 1 star. It's going to load the bases, assuming there's no error. He's an E3. And that's an 8. So there is no error on an E3. 8 second baseman. Only 3 and 17. So the bases are loaded now for Hunter Goodman. And if he goes deep, all of a sudden it's a 12 to 9 game. That is a 1-7, but he's going to ground to short, and they're going to leave him loaded. So bad break there for the Rockies as they leave the bases loaded. Shavi'i back out to pitch the bottom of the 7th. And it'll be Drew Waters. He started the last inning with all the mess with the innocent single, but proved to be not so innocent. 6-7, and that's a 1 to 8 double. 9 to 20 is a single. And that's a double, leadoff double for Drew Waters. He's 3 for 4 on the game. It's going to bring up Freddie Fermin. 6-8, and that's going to be a ground ball to short, so they'll freeze Waters at second base. 1 away for Jonathan India. 2-4 for India, ballpark single, 1 to 15. And it's a base hit. It's going to put runners at the corners. India 3 hits on the game. And that will bring up Bobby Witt. Left-hander is ready in the bullpen for the Rockies, and that is left-hander Scott Alexander. He would come in to face Pasquantino after Bobby Witt is done. That is a 5-9, and that's an in-home run straight up, and that's gone. A 3-run home. This is the same roll he gave up the grand slam on to Perez. That 5-9 is an in-home run, and that's going to be it for Shavi'i. As Bobby Witt goes deep, a 3-run shot for Bobby Witt. And to say this has gotten out of hand would be an understatement. 3 runs are in. It is now 15 to 5. 15 unanswered runs for the Royals. And now they bring in the lefty Scott Alexander to face Pasquantino. Get the numbers on Shavi'i. They aren't pretty. He got the 1 inning there. So he went 1 1/3. Gave up 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned, no walks, no strikeouts. And now Pasquantino taking on Alexander. Lefty, 2-5. That's a single. Base hit Pasquantino. He's got 3 hits in the game. That is hit number 16 for the Royals in this game. Here's Perez. 4-6, and that's a double to right field for Perez. It's going to put runners at second and third. Nobody out for Mikel Garcia. 210 against the lefty, and that's a single, 2 stars. Bring in 2 more runs. That makes it 5 runs in the inning. Now it is 17-5. Still only 1 out for Michael Massey. 2-3 lefty. That's a 1 for a single. Anything else he lines to second. And he will line it to second for out number 2. Now the 9th man to bat in the inning, Mark Canha. 3-4 for Canha, and he fouls out the 3rd to end the inning. That'll do it for Alexander. Alexander will go 2/3 of an inning, and he will give up 1, 2, 3 hits. Two runs. No walks, no strikeouts. And Sumplor Schlum will pitch the bottom of the 8th inning. In what is now a 17-5 game. Bolin could actually pitch 3 innings here and get a save, believe it or not. That's the save rule. If you pitch 3 innings and you finish the game, you get a save, regardless of the score. Here's Jordan Beck. 3-12 for Beck. He walks. 1 away, or 1 on rather, nobody out. For Michael Toglia. Toglia 2-8. Struck him out. Toglia out on strikes. That will send up Jacob Stallings. One 6, and that's a strikeout. 2 down for Amador. 1 is a wild pitch, is a 4. No wild pitch. 4-7. Struck him out. I'm sorry, he's facing a switch hitter facing left. So 4-7 is a 1-18 double, and 19-20 is a single. That's a double, 2 stars. It'll put runners at second and third, and we'll get a pinch hitter for Shunk, just because. So they will pinch hit for Shunk with Mickey Moniak, the Maniac. He will pinch hit for Shunk. Then they'll worry about shortstop later. But Mickey Moniak will do the pinch hitting here in the 8th inning. Mickey Moniak. Second and third, 2 outs. Clutch situation still despite the score. And that is a 2-5 for Moniak, and that's a single to left field. That will score at least 1 run. Let's see if they do 2 runs. 13. Trail runner not being held is a 14. 2 outs is a 16. The single is to left field. Left fielder arm is a 0 for India. So let's see. And Moniak runs at a 15. So if they throw home, then the runner will take second. So they'll go ahead and let the run score to keep Moniak at first base. So a 2-run single for Mickey Moniak. And they finally break the unanswered streak. Here's Brenton Doyle. 4-7, and that is a strikeout to end the inning. So that'll do it for Bolin. We're not going to push it. Not going to give him a cheap save either. But 2 runs come in. And now the score shows as 17-7. Sounds like a football score. So Bolin goes 2 innings, and he's going to give up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, 2 runs, walks nobody, strikes out 3. And now the Rockies need another pitcher, and they will bring on. And who wants to draw the short straw to come in? I guess they'll go to Zach Agnos. They'll bring in Zach Agnos to pitch the bottom of the 8th. He'll be facing Drew Waters. And we need a shortstop since we pinch hit for Shunk. So they're going to bring in Kyle Farmer to play short. So Farmer is the new shortstop. And he is batting in the 9th position after Amador. All right, so Agnos is on. He will face Drew Waters to start things off. Waters is 3 for 4. That is a 6-9. He's a switch hitter batting left. And that's a 1-2 triple. 3-20 is a double. That is a double for Drew Waters. He's got 4 hits in the game, 2 singles and 2 doubles. Brings up Freddie Fermin. That's a 2. Chance for a balk or pass ball. We're looking at a pass ball rating. Pass ball rating on Stallings is a 2. 1-2 is a pass ball. No pass ball. Here's Freeman, or Fermin. I keep calling him Freeman. 1-5, and that is a walk. That'll put runners at first and second. Nobody out for Jonathan India. .610, ground ball third base B. Fielder's choice. Going to third is Waters. Safe at first is India. So 1 away, runners on the corners. Bobby Witt, the batter, infield looking for the double play. Witt hit a home run his last time up. 5-7, and that's a fly ball center field B. That'll be a sacrifice fly to bring home Waters. And now it's 18-7 for Vinny Pasquantino. 2 outs. A runner at first and 2 outs for Pasquantino. 4-3, ground ball pitcher X. He's a 3-0, so he can't make an error, but we're checking his range. 3-5, that's going to probably be trouble. 3-5 for a pitcher. Nope, he does get to it. It's a G3. So he will make the play to end the inning. Agnos will go 1 inning, give up 1 hit, 1 run, a walk, and no strikeouts. So let's see, 10. I've got him for 19 hits. We have him for a total of 18 runs and 19 hits in just 8 innings for the Royals. And they did not commit an error. Neither did the Rockies. So, top of the 9th. Royals can bring just about anybody they want to wrap things up. They will go with Steven Cruz. They'll pitch Steven Cruz to wrap things up against Martini, McMahon, and Goodman for the Rockies. Whoa, too far back there. There we go. Martini. 3-11 for Martini, and that's a ground ball to third. 1 away. For Ryan McMahon. 1-9 for McMahon, struck him out. Hunter Goodman, the last chance for the Rockies. 6-7, and that is a pop to short, and that'll do it. There's your ball game. Cruz a 1-2-3 inning. And the Royals lay waste to the Rockies by the score of 18-7. 18 runs, 19 hits, and no errors for Kansas City. 7 runs, 11 hits, and no errors for Colorado. A stark difference from the real-world score of 6-2. Dolander the loss. Lorenzen the win. Rockies dropped to 9-15. Kansas City improves to 10-16. That wraps up the quick 3-game road trip here in Kansas City. Looking ahead on the schedule for the Rockies' upcoming games, they have a 6-game homestand coming up, and that will start on Wednesday. No game tomorrow night or Tuesday night. But on Wednesday night, we will start the next game, number 25. as they start a 6-game homestand, starting with the Cincinnati Reds, and then the Atlanta Braves come to town. In that game, first game against Cincinnati, it will be Andrew Abbott, a left-hander for the Reds, against Kyle Freeland, a lefty for the Rockies. So that will be Wednesday night. The reason I'm doing it Wednesday night and not tomorrow night is I don't want to split these 3-game series. I don't want to play a game Monday then skip a day. I'd rather wait until Wednesday and just start it on Wednesday and let it go all the way through, because Tuesday night is the 1979 All-Star game in the NBC Game of the Week in Inside Pitch. So we're going to have the All-Star game Tuesday night. Already got the cards pulled for it, and everything's all set up to go. Tomorrow morning, we're back at it with the 1987 American League replay. And that will be in Kansas City as well. It'll be the Toronto Blue Jays and the Kansas City Royals. It'll be Danny Jackson for the Royals and David Wells for the Blue Jays. That'll be tomorrow around 9:15-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood. And then nothing tomorrow night at all. I'll take a little break on tomorrow night. Did 3 videos today, two recordings and 1 live stream today. So figured I could use the rest tomorrow night. Then Tuesday, back at it for the American League replay 1987. And then Tuesday night, we've got the All-Star game in Inside Pitch for the 1979 NBC Game of the Week replay. So that's going to do it from here. Kansas City wallops Colorado by a score of 18-7, outscoring them 18-2 from the bottom of the second on. And they lay waste. And we're looking at some of the hitting stars for the Rockies. For the Royals, rather. Pasquantino was 3 for 6 with a home run. Waters was 4 for 5. Garcia, 3 for 5 with a home run. Perez looks like he's 2 for 4 with a home run and a double. Witt, 2 for 5, home run, single, sac fly. India had 3 hits, 2 runs scored as a leadoff man. So take your pick as to who the player of the game is. But either way, that's going to do it from here. Wish you could get you a closer game, but hey, sometimes these things happen. So the Royals end up beating the Rockies 2 games out of 3 to take the series. And so now the Rockies will hop on the charter back to Denver and get a couple days to lick their wounds, and they'll come back Wednesday, hopefully fighting strong against those Cincinnati Reds. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and we'll see you all down the road.